Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'll be showing you how I made this Iro And Buba for a year-old baby. Yeah, so the first thing I did was to go ahead and determine the length and breadth of my my Iro for the baby. So the baby's waist is 21, and I decided that I was going to um cut 40 inches, which is almost twice the baby's waist. So I cut out 40 inches for three different aware. I don't know what is being called in English, but for those that are familiar with Ashoke, you know that this one that I held is just one aware. So I cut three of that, which was enough for the baby's length, like a full Iro length, and it was 40 inches each. So I made three, and after that I went ahead to join the three. So when joining the aware, you join the aware in such a way that you join it as if you are joining pieces of fabrics together. Usually when you want to join aware for Iro, you don't join it the way you join the gele. The gele, it's more like you are top stitching on each other. But for the aware for you sew it like as if you are joining two pieces together before you go ahead and top stitch. Personally, if I was going to get this ashoke, I would not have gotten it in a way. I would have pre-ordered it to be, a very broad length, as against this one, which I would result into joining. So, but the baby's mom already got this from the market, so I had to make do with this. So, as you can see me pinning in the video, after you're done top stitching, the next thing you're going to go ahead and do is to hem both ends of the Iro to avoid it from fraying. So after you hem both ends by folding in twice on both ends, after you've done that, I also went ahead to cut out pieces of fabrics to serve as the rope for the Iro. I cut out two and attach them to the edge of the Iro on both sides, as you would see in this video. After that, my Iro was ready, so I set that aside to press later, and I went ahead to cut the buba. So for the buba, I also cut three away. So what I did with the buba was the baby's length, half length was about 8 inches, but I knew I wanted the buba to be longer than that. So I think at the end of the day, I had cut out about 14 inches. I'm not sure now, but you'd see it in the video. I had cut out about 14 inches. I also went ahead to calculate that I was going to hem the tip of the buba. So since the half length was 8 inches, which would stop at a navel or slightly above a navel, I knew that I didn't want a buba, like I wanted the buba to be longer than that. So that was why I went ahead to extend it to about 13-14 inches. And after I had done that, I joined the three aware together the same way I had joined the Iro initially. So I went ahead to join the aware like that for the buba, join it together and then top stitch to avoid it from losing out. So the length of the buba, like I said earlier, should be about 14 inches. I think now I can remember mine was about 15 inches. So for one side, for the front of the buba, the back was also about 15 inches, making 30 in total. So the total length of the away you would cut for your buba should be 30 inches. When you fold it, it becomes 15 for the front in terms of length, buba length, and 15 for the back in terms of the buba length or the blouse length for the back for the baby. So, and you will still stitch it, you hem it in at the tape. So after I'd done that, the next thing I went ahead to do was to fold the aware into 2 and then fold it into 4. You're going to cut the aware the way you would cut a bubu that has no joining. So that was what I did for the buba. You cut it in such a way as you're cutting a bubu with no joining. A bubu with no joining, you would cut the neckline on fold. That is the 4 sides being folded, and you cut out a perfect round neckline, but there'll be no joining on the shoulder. So that's the same thing that happens with the buba. After you've done that, the next thing you want to go ahead and do is you could hem the buba with a bias tape, and then stitch it up, hem it with a needle and a thread, as clean and neat as possible. Another thing you would go ahead and do is to make sure that you notch the edge, the shoulder of the buba, both the right and the left shoulder, so you don't get confused. You know where the center of the shoulder line is, since it has no joining. After you've done that, the next thing you want to go ahead and do is to cut the sleeves. So for the sleeves, the baby's sleeve was 8 inches, but I knew that I didn't want to cut 8 inches because it would be tight for the baby, and buba is usually free. So I think I went ahead to cut about 6 inches into place. I think I cut about 12 inches. Sorry guys, it's been a while I cut out this buba, so I'm trying to remember my exact measurement, but I think I went ahead to cut about 12 inches since our sleeve was 8, to give extra room for the sleeves, because the sleeve is not supposed to be fitted. So, and then I went ahead to stitch the sides of the sleeves. I went ahead to stitch the sides of the sleeves, and after stitching the sides of the sleeves, I think I stitched it by about half an inch for both sleeves. I went ahead to notch the midpoint of the sleeves, the both of them. After I'd done that, I went ahead to connect the notch parts to the notch part on the shoulder of the buba. So the notch part on the sleeve, you connect it to the notch part on the shoulder of the buba. You pin them together so they can be in place. After you've done that, I hope you can see the neckline here. I think I made a mistake. I didn't mention what I cut the neckline by. So for the neckline of this baby, I'd cut it by, the width was about 1.5. Right, I think it was 1.5. I don't think it was up to 2, because the baby's shoulder is about 4.5. So the width was about 1.5, and then the depth was about 2.5. I think 2.5. I'm not sure of the exact value now. Between 2 and 2.5. So, but it didn't exceed that. So after I joined, so let's go back to the sleeve. After you've pinned it in, make sure you go ahead and stitch down the sleeve to the buba as I've shown in the video. Look at how I'm going to stitch mine in this video. So you see I've secured the notch part of the sleeve to the notch part of the shoulder. Then I'm going to go ahead and sew on 0.5 inch because it's a baby, so there's no need for so much sewing allowance. So once I sew to the end, to the point where the sleeves were joined together, I'm going to cut off the thread, and as you can see in this video, pay attention guys, then flip it over to the other side and do the same thing. So from the notch point to the joining on the sleeve. Also, for the length of the sleeve of the buba, I decided to just work with the length of one aware. Like what was in the length of the aware was what I used. I didn't bother measuring because I knew it wasn't going to be so long. So, and I think what was in the length of the aware was about 6.5 to 7 inches, which was perfect for the sleeve of the baby. So as you can see, I'm close to the joining, to where the sleeves were joined. So once I get to that point, you see I even demarcated it for more clarity so you can understand what I'm doing. Once I get to that point, I lock my stitch and cut off the thread. So yours should also look like this, in such a way that if you open it up, you can see that the sleeves have been joined on both ends. So what you need to go ahead and do is to finish up the body of the buba. Sew it on 1/2 inch. The same measurement you used in sewing the sleeve area is the same measurement you should use to sew all the way down. Don't increase the measurement, as you can see in this video. After that, always ensure you lock your stitches. That's very important. After that, I went ahead to hem the base of the buba. Okay, yeah, I was joining the other side of the buba because I had not done that earlier. So once you've joined both sides, the next thing you want to go ahead and do is to hem the buba. So I fold in twice, as you can see in this video. I went ahead to fold in twice, and this is already looking so cute. I went ahead to fold in twice, and afterwards I went ahead to sew all around, trim off any fraying threads or whatever to make your work neat. Then go ahead and stitch the hem the tip of the buba by folding in twice, as you would see in this video. So I decided to stitch on 1/2 inch, 0.5 twice, because it's for a baby, so there was no need to make it so big. Do this all around, and afterwards you'd see that you have a perfect, beautiful, cute 1-year-old buba. You could also use this for, babies, kids between ages 1 to 3, I think. Yeah, it's literally the same technique for buba across all ages. It's just that the measurement differs based on waist, length, and neckline, but it's the same procedure. So I'd love to see your own. I would love to see you all recreate this. Please like, please share, please subscribe, please comment. I would love to make more beautiful content, put them out on YouTube. So please engage this post, and you'd see the